everyone, welcome back to another review video on the channel. This is the first installation in a new series here on the channel, and I hope you enjoy. I went back and rewatched the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, and today we're going to be going over some of the things I noticed. Some of the things I pulled from another YouTube video, and I thought they were valid points, so I'm going to be covering them. I also have a quote from that video in here because I thought the other YouTuber phrased it perfectly, and I didn't really think I could say it any better than that. So when I quote the other YouTube video, I will put the link on screen and the description below. This video contains spoilers for the end of Season 3. If you've not watched the first 3 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, please turn off this video now and come back after you've watched it. I will only be going over the dub of the show, so if you're a sub-only viewer, you might be a bit confused. Thank you for understanding. This list will be split into multiple videos since there are so many things to cover, so without further ado, let's dive into things I noticed from the first 3 seasons of the original series. First, let's start with some things from the first episode. Right at the beginning of the show, Yugi is dueling Joey. Joey plays an 800 attack monster. When Yugi bested with a 1500 attack monster, Joey called it a monster that powerful. Why are they playing with such low attack monsters? Number 2. Taya comments that Yugi and Joey have been playing duel monsters for hours. Why do the teachers not care? Number 3. Yugi is using a different deck when he's dueling Joey at the start of this episode. This is because his grandpa hasn't given Yugi his deck yet. Number 4. Why is Kaiba at their school? Also, why did he do all that stuff like ripping Grandpa Moto's Blue Eyes card in half? He only wanted the card so it couldn't be used against him, but Grandpa Moto doesn't use it in his deck, keeps it hidden, and would never trade it or sell it or give it away. He really is his own worst enemy. Number 5. When Kaiba finds out that Grandpa Moto has a Force Blue Eyes White Dragon card, he tries to trade an entire briefcase full of cards for the Blue Eyes card. I guess Kaiba was hoping that nobody noticed, but all the cards in the briefcase suck. Worst collector of all time? Maybe. Number 6. The first episode? Chillax, everyone. Duel Monsters is just a regular card game at this point. To quote the other YouTube video, yes, we do learn that Duel Monsters are tied to powerful mystical forces that can threaten all life on the planet, but this is the first episode, and they don't know about any of that yet. It's still just a children's card game. No reason to abduct anyone, send them to the hospital, or, use your ancient magic to mind shatter the guy you just beat. Number 7. Why are there no trap cards in the first episode? Number 8. How did I not realize that the friendship sign with a smiley face before I watched the other YouTube video that pointed it out to me? I don't know how I didn't realize that before. Number 9. How has no one ever assembled Exodia before Yugi and Yami? That kind of seems impossible, right? I mean, how long has this game been around and just nobody's assembled Exodia before? Number 10. School is hardly even mentioned during the entire show. How were they able to skip school to go on all these adventures? Number 11. For most of the show, no one notices when Yugi switches to Yami, even when he transforms right in front of them. How? Number 12. Another thing. During the first season, when Yami Bakura takes him to the Shadow Realm, Yugi literally says that he didn't know who Yami was or even know that he existed, even though Yami was talking to him during the first episode. How do you not notice when you merge your spirit and somebody else's spirit and they take over your body? How do you not notice that? Number 13. We don't know this already, but Weevil is a cheater. Number 14. Episode 3. Surprise, surprise. Weevil, a cheater, throws the Exodia cards into the ocean during the boat ride to Duel's Kingdom. Joey jumps off the boat to get them, and Yugi jumps off to try and stop Joey from drowning. They are then rescued by Taya and Tristan, who throw a ladder over the side of the boat for them to climb up. How do Joey and Yugi not get hurt jumping off the boat into the ocean? And also, how's the Millennium Puzzle not fall off? It's not like it's glued to his body. How does it not fall off in the ocean? Kaiba, how in the world do you quantum analyze a duel? How would you even do that? Number 16. I wouldn't think that Rex Raptor even knew the phrase space-time continuum, let alone know what it means or be able to use it in an actual sentence. But apparently I'm wrong, because in episode 12, Rex says, "You jerk! Look what you've done! The entire space-time continuum is speeding out of control!" Yeah, I wouldn't even think he knew that phrase, but Number 17. Yugi is thinking about how to stop Yami from hurting anyone after the duel with Kaiba at Duelist Kingdom. "Why don't you try talking to him, Yugi? You explain, and he will listen." It's not like he just doesn't listen to anybody. It's not like he's, like, from the beginning of Season 0 or something like that. This is DM Yami. If you talk to him and explain, he will listen to you. Number 18. Season 2, Episode 2. Yugi is trying to put together the Millennium Puzzle in the middle of the fire because he wants to save Yami. I can't help but think that if Yami was aware at all of what's going on, he would be yelling at Yugi, like, "Get out of here, you idiot! Forget me in the Millennium Puzzle, just get out of here." Of course, Yugi wouldn't listen, but yeah. Same episode, Joey and Tristan arrive just as Yugi finished putting together the Millennium Puzzle, and they try to get him out. But he refuses to leave without the puzzle. They try to pull the puzzle off the hook, but the chain is too strong, which begs the question of how the puzzle got attached like that in the first place. So they pick up these metal poles and use those to get the puzzle off. They're in the middle of the fire. Yugi's almost completely passed out from the heat and the smoke. Aren't the poles hot? For some reason, they show no signs of burned fingers or anything like that at all. Did Kaiba just take over every single TV in the entire city? How? Number 21. Where did Tristan get a motorcycle, let alone the license to drive it? 22. Joey calls Esperoba a blued hair freak, but his hair looks more green than blue. Number 23. Why would Mokuba call his brother Kaiba instead of Seto? He always calls his brother Seto. Why is he suddenly calling him Kaiba? Number 24. Hey Arcana, you shouldn't make promises you can't keep. Number 25. When Arcana plays Ectoplasma during the duel with Yugi, he says that he won't have any use for his cards after he beats Yugi. And even Arcana's own Dark Magician is like, "Wait, what did you say?" Number 26. During his duel with Joey, Weevil plays a card and says, "This card takes one soldier ant and turns into an army of 10 ants." So that's physically impossible. He can't have more than 5 monsters in the field at once unless he plays a Silver or Calcos. And even then, he can't have 11 monsters on the field at once. Or maybe just traits the ants like 10 different monsters? I skipped Duel Shenanigans from Duelist Kingdom, but the card game was out by the time Season 2 was airing, so you don't have any excuses this time. Number 27. At the end of the duel with Weevil, Joey calls Weevil Underpants. Then, like 5 seconds later, he also says, "Welcome to Loserville. Weevil, population, you." Nice one, Joey. I have to say, you're getting really good at the trash talk. As long as the opponent isn't Kaiba. Number 28. Yami, Kaiba, you just walked right by Joey and the others. You just made this whole big deal about, "Oh, we have to find my friends. They're in grave danger because Merrick's after them. You need to find them right now." You walk by, and they're on the other side of the street. They were just behind a taxi that they called to take Bakura to the hospital. Honestly, if any of you that are watching watch this scene, you will understand what I mean. It's really funny. They just made this, like I said, they made this whole big deal about
Oh, we have to find my friends. They're in grave danger. Merrick's after them. This is bad. We have to find them right now. They walk by and they're on the other side of the street and they don't see them. And Yami immediately restates that, like, I hope we find my friends soon. They're in really grave danger. Like, immediately after they walk by. So, yeah, that's really funny. Number 29. They really overdid the whole kidnapping thing. Especially with Mokuba. He got kidnapped like 6 different times. Seriously, how many times is the kid going to get kidnapped? This is getting ridiculous. Number 30. During the tag duel against Lumas and Umbra, Kaiba blames Yugi for and Yami for Lumas' Mask of Restrict card activating, but it would have happened anyway as soon as Kaiba tried to summon like his Blue Eyes or his Egyptian God card. He tried to summon either of those, the card would have activated anyway. The only reason he's blaming Yugi and Yami is because it's Kaiba. Number 31. Remember Jean-Claude Magnum? Yeah, the guy who tried to make Mai marry him? He's a total jerk. Mai, please just shut this guy up already. Like, make him go away. Nobody likes you, creep. Number 32. Battle City. Yami versus Yami-Bakura. I get that Yami-Bakura wanted his first 3 monsters to be sent to the graveyard, but he should have put them in defense mode so his life points were safe. Like, I get that he was like, oh, yeah, if he sees my monster in defense mode, maybe he won't attack. I mean, I don't have any back row, I don't have any spells or traps or anything. So, okay, yeah, he won't not attack because I don't have any. He won't, like, not attack because I have a face down or something that he's scared of. But maybe he won't attack if he sees my monster in defense mode. Which doesn't really make sense in the first place. But whatever. You should have put them in defense mode. That was a bad move. You would have had a ridiculous amount of life points if you'd actually put them in defense mode. Because you gain a lot of life points during that duel. But yeah, Yami-Bakura, very bad move. Number 33. So the virtual arc, where did Nesbit and Kaiba get motorcycles from? And wear helmets, you idiots! The things people do. Number 34. So, this is after Noah turns Kaiba and Mokuba to stone. Yami takes over the duel. And this is in that section. So, when Yami attempts to use Cyberjar to destroy Noah's Deckmaster, Noah activates his monster's ability. If he had moved his Deckmaster to the playing field, then when the monster was targeted, it can move back to its original place in the sidelines, in exchange for not being able to summon it to the field for the remainder of the duel. The only problem with Noah using this effect to avoid losing the duel is that Cyberjar's effect doesn't target. So, Noah, that is an illegal move, and you should have lost the duel right there. It doesn't really end up mattering because Yami uses the most broken Blue Eyes combo ever to kick Noah's butt. But that's still cheating, Noah! Number 35. Joey calls Yami Merrick Artichoke Head. Another good one from Joey. Man, he's really getting good at this trash talking thing. Aside from trying to trash talk Kaiba, because that just doesn't work. At least not with Joey. Number 36. Season 3, Episode 44. Yami activates Outlet's Tormentor's effect to storm the field, as Kaiba puts it, which deals 4,000 points of damage to everything on the opponent's side of the field, including the player. This is also really confusing, as sometimes it storms the field and other times its attack points become infinite. In this case, it's the latter. Yami Marik activates Class System to negate all the damage and save his Winged Ragnarok from being destroyed. However, it's not clear whether Allah's effect allows it to make an attack during the opponent's turn, or whether the effect just deals the damage. Class System's effect reads as follows. Activate when your opponent's monster attacks your monster and activates its effect. If the monster's level is not greater than your monster's level, negate that attack and effect. If the effect doesn't actually allow for an attack during the opponent's turn, then Yami Marik should not have been able to activate that card and should have lost the duel right then and there due to damage from that effect. Number 37. At the end of Battle City, we see what appears to be a duel between Yami Yugi and Joey. We see the opening shot, but here's the big question. Who actually won that duel? Because Joey has his red eyes back the next season, so he could have won, but Yugi and Yami could have also won and given Joey his red eyes back anyway. Like, it would be like in you improve so much that you deserve it back thing. Honestly, that latter part, that's probably what happened. Like, there's no way Joey actually won that. Right? Like, here's the thing. We don't know. We never get anything for that. So we have no idea what actually happened in the duel. We see the shot that's on the screen, and then, like, the episode just ends. So, like, we have no idea who won that. Well, that wraps up the first part of things I noticed from the original series. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video, as well as checking out the video I quoted from. The link is in the description below. Have a nice day, everyone, and I'll see you next time for the conclusion of this list.